What's up, everybody? New York Comic Con 2019. I'm Andre with Sci-Fi Wire.
Hey there, I'm Katie Wilson with Sci-Fi Wire.
And I think you know why we're all here. We got the reunion of Angel going on stage right now. That's right, playing Cordelia, we got Charisma Carpenter, Spike James Marsters, Gunn J. August Richards, Wesley Alexis Denisoff, and Fred Amy Acker. Welcome. I'm so glad to see you all and see you all here together. This is amazing.
It is amazing.
Thank you for having us. We're so excited to be here. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, I mean, first off, just how does it feel having the group together and doing these reunions? I saw the photo shoot that you guys did. Like, just what has this been like to still have this energy for Angel?
Oh, it's been a blast. We're obviously missing a few, and we send our love out to those that aren't here today, but we are super happy to be together. I don't think as many of us have ever gathered like this at one time, so we're really excited, not just to see each other, but to see you.
You guys came, and it's such impressive numbers. It just fills our heart with love, and we're just so grateful. Thank you. I mean, look at you're in the hall. It's incredible. Thank you.
And like we get to hang out with each other again. Like I had the best drive home with Alexis back to the hotel last night. We just talked about everything. Talked about our kids. Talked about life. I was like, you're a very wise man.
I had the same. I was like, I gotta tell James how much I enjoyed talking with him. Like, James, I really enjoyed that chat last night.
Well, it's great to see such happiness and kindness considering the show sometimes. It wasn't always the case. So it's just nice to see this camaraderie.
It's so true, and the show has been off air for 15 years, but still resonates with so many people.
Yeah.
What do you think it is about the show that people love and that really resonates with them the most?
It was really good.
Yeah.
Jay hasn't really.
They always make me answer this question.
Because it gets me feels. Go on.
I think it has something to do with the fact that the show is about how you find family sometimes in places where you're not expecting to, or you may not even want to. And so this whole experience for my character specifically, and I think all of our characters, was about creating and finding a family. But the beauty of the show is that here we are 20 years later with all of you, and I consider you guys to be a part of that family too. So it's beautiful how it's just extended into the world. So that's
I was like the cousin who shows up to the wedding late, and then everyone wishes he never came in the first place.
we love just the same.
Get him out of here.
That's not accurate.
No, but I mean the characters, not the
Nice
cast.
try.
No, like the characters. Like you
Stuck with us, James. Just admit
I
it.
tried, man.
He is like that drunk uncle though, stir shit.
What is he gonna say at the wedding? You know.
You made it exciting.
Do you have a moment from being on set that you guys really, really remember the most? Maybe something funny that happened, or like a super dramatic scene? Anything memorable?
The bloody puppet!
I feel like we were all keep talking about how we remember shooting in dark alleys in downtown LA before downtown LA was cool. And one particular evening we were all recalling was when from a second-story window a cup of pee got dropped on all of us. So it used to not be that
we were
fun.
loud, and there were big blaring lights, and it was, and we're disrupting their sleep at 4 a.m. shooting our vampire show, and they felt a certain kind of way about it.
I just love that you said a cup of pee though.
Yeah,
So it's not
I think
someone took the time
it was
to
nowhere
get
near
it out.
where it came
Walk out
from
and go.
exactly.
I'm not sure how much it was, but it felt like more.
Okay.
It certainly smelled like more.
Oh gosh. Wow. I don't know if that helped with
So
the scene.
it's not always pretty.
Wow.
So true.
Oh, the glamour.
Well, something I think is interesting, not only with this show, but just the fact that you were on the WB, which, while it had been out for a little bit, was still kind of like the edgy new network. So did you feel like that because you're on the WB, there was a way for the show to be able to be a little bit different than, say, if it was on any of the other networks at the time?
I totally agree with this because I was coming from Malibu Shores, which was NBC, and the show was on for 8 episodes, or 6, I think actually aired, and we may have shot 8. But by episode 2 or 3, there was a strong network presence. They were in the makeup trailer, they were giving notes, they were on set, they were down the necks of everyone. You know, I think trying to control and mold and make it something that it wasn't. And what I think that the WB did and what Garth did was super brilliant. He let Joss, the creator, alone so that he could do what he does best. And I think that speaks to me even on a metaphorical level as a mom. Like when you allow and give people a little bit of space to kind of do their thing, you know, you get a better result.
Yeah, you just find talented people and let them do their thing. Yeah. Plus, Joss is going to do his thing, whatever the network says. He's been in a lot of tussles with network, and they have tried to, push him one way or another, and he just pushes right back. So, yeah.
I would just add that, we all take it as now these shows exist, but year to year, both of those shows were on the bubble. We never knew if we were coming back. We never were sure whether there would be a season 2 or season 3, and so it felt much more tentative at the time.
Yeah, and that's what's so crazy is that, like, at the time it seems like, this show about vampires and demons and things, and like, so this fantasy world. But like nowadays, it's like you guys would fit right in. Like when you saw Twilight come out, were you guys just like, been there, done that?
Someone asked me one time who would win in the fight between the vampires of Angel and Twilight, and I'd be like, Angel, we demoralize them with superior dialogue first. By the way, Alexis, I was watching you on TV. You look good, man. Yeah, right? And like, damn, that's a good close-up.
Who are we talking about?
You look good. You look good in 2 dimensions, man.
It's just,
we need a close-up on Alexis, quick, go.
Yeah, we give a close-up. Give a close-up. Are you guys watching this?
Camera.
Oh, they're like
on Alexis.
Yeah, moving
Camera 3.
swiftly to the next
I see you,
question.
camera 3. Do the close-up.
Camera 3.
Give us
We
your
need to see
cheat sheet.
this.
I want to see your blue steel.
Wow,
They're asking for a close-up of J. August Richard. Give me.
Can I see how I look real quick?
Yeah, there it is.
Give us that WB heat. Come on, baby.
Oh my God.
Nice.
I look pretty good for how much drinking I did last night.
It's the last day of con. I mean, hey, all bets are off, right?
That's the beauty of the con. Y'all accept us as we are.
Very much.
They're all drunk too.
Yes, exactly.
Just to help you out, there is that giant Care Bear is actually there. You're not seeing things.
Yeah, I got invited to the SNL after party, so I had to go. I had to get crunk.
Hot.
But going a little bit based off of what you just said, a lot has changed in 20 years. How do you think the show would be different if it were airing this fall instead of fall '99?
First of all, I mean, no shade, but it would be more diverse.
Yeah.
Yes. And we didn't really have any social media at that time, so I'm sure that would
Yes,
have
that
been
would be a big
difference.
We would have multiple sources of income coming. Branding and social media has led to, I think what was not acceptable back in the day for us to do endorsements or whatever was sort of passe, and doing cons even were sort of looked down upon in terms of like, oh, only like has-beens or whatever type people do this, they must need the money or whatever. And what I feel like our generation and this show actually may have done is bridge that gap and kind of made it okay to embrace the fandom that is way before San Diego Comic-Con was what it is today, where all these big commercial television shows and major motion pictures come and they understand the devotion that you guys all have, but we knew it first.
I started coming to cons in 1974. Back when, I was dressed. This is back when there was only 2 things you could like: Star Trek or Space 1999, and we hated each other. We would stare daggers at the Space 1999 people. And like I came dressed as Spock, like full regalia Spock, pointed ears, boots, tricorder, blue, and big blonde afro because I couldn't control my hair back then.
A blonde afro Spock. I like that.
Yeah, but it wasn't on purpose. I was like, I can't do anything about the hair.
Are there pictures of this somewhere?
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
You guys all have a job to
Not
do.
that I'll give you, but yeah.
I think we need to get out there and see that. So.
So regardless of how your character's storylines may have ended and the show as a whole has ended, if you were to get a spin-off of your character today, what would you want to see them doing?
Spin-off of Spike.
Hi, Buffy. I grew old after all. Come on, give us a tickle.
What channel would that show be on?
ABC.
I think that character's on Family Guy.
And I love that Spike would now all of a sudden just age that fast.
Pig's blood is terrible. It's terrible. It tastes terrible, doesn't do anything.
Yes.
I would just do whatever Joss says.
I think someone said yesterday it would just be nice that we were all still alive. At the finale, we weren't sure how that was going to turn out.
Yeah.
So any spinoff would be a positive.
That is such a great question. I can't even answer it. How about a sitcom where Wesley, Gunn, and Fred live together and it's like Three's Company but with vampires?
I like that a lot.
I guess I'll be Phantom Dennis.
I would actually watch that show. All
I
right.
would watch it too.
That's a good
I
pitch. CW, let's do it. All right.
You could be Mr. Furley.
Kids.
Well, speaking of continuations, they have been making like these comic, like sort of extra seasons through comic book form. Have you guys ever seen any of those, or have any thoughts on any of that?
Yeah, I look good.
Wrote two, right?
Yeah, I wrote a couple. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I did one where I wanted to write a story that was constrained by the same budget that we were on the show. This was on the other show. I wrote it for the other show's budgetary constraints. So I wasn't flying a spaceship. I didn't have like a crew of bugs helping me out. And I wanted to do one where Spike, because I think Spike is an underdog, so I wanted him to be not like Angel. It's like, how do you do a vampire with a soul without being Angel? And Angel's like an epic character. He's always in a mansion, the big roaring fire, sipping port wine, worrying about his soul. What should I do with it today? You know? So I thought Spike should, like, he can't kill anybody for a meal, and he can't steal anything for, like, say, a new pair of boots because his boots are falling apart. So he should be homeless, and he should be starving to death because he can't figure out how to live without doing those things. And I wanted him to think that I wanted to have like a bad guy that he thought he could beat, like, oh, I could be the hero. I'll take that, sure. And it's like, so I wrote like this little, like a nanny pushing a pram monster, and she's stealing babies. He's like, oh, I'll take her. But he attacks the monster and unfurls to 30 feet tall and just kicks his butt. And he tries to play the romantic. He finds a girlfriend, but he doesn't have the courage to tell her what he really is, which is a vampire. She finds out when she sees his ass get kicked in the fight. She dumps him flat, and he's just down on the ground. But he does find a way to get a new pair of boots without hurting anybody, and that's the win.
That is the win.
Sorry, what did he say?
It was a long thing. It's never mind.
Alexis and I were just reflecting on where our microphones were placed in your close-up.
How naughty our mics look.
Well, this show is so well known and so beloved. You have so many incredible fans out there. Do you have a fan encounter that you really remember, something that really stuck with you?
It was probably yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, we met so many truly wonderful people who had really intelligent and insightful and awesome reflections about the show. Who told us wonderful stories about how they found the show, what the show helped them get through in their own personal lives. So it always happens at events like this, but